Now, passive voice in simple past. What is this? We are going to study this tense, but it's important to talk about what passive voice is. Passive voice has the function of emphasized the person or thing who receive the action. In other words, the receiver. For example, Madero was assassinated a few days later. In other words, the most important thing or person becomes the subject of the sentence. If we want to say who or what performs the action while using the passive voice, we use the preposition by. For example, Madero was attacked by supporters of the old regime. So it's important to remember that passive voice in past is composed by two elements. The appropriate form of the verb to be in past and a verb in past participle. Now let's check the affirmative form of passive voice in simple past. It's important to remember that we have the subject or the receiver, as we mentioned before, plus the verb to be, that it can be was or were, plus a verb in past participle, plus the complement. As you can see, you have two examples. Madero was assassinated a few days later, and peones were paid in metal discs. In negative form, we are going to use the subject or the receiver wasn't or weren't plus a verb in past participle. Examples: Madero wasn't assassinated a few days later, and peones weren't paid in metallic discs. Now let's check the question form. In this case, we are going to use the WH question plus was or were plus the subject or receiver, and then we are going to use the verb in past participle. The examples are: when was Madero assassinated? And how were peones paid? Remember to use the question mark at the end of the question.